Business partner expands the Whitewater investigation.
And Tunica rolls out the red carpet for Hollywood.
Good evening, I'm Joe Birch.
And I'm Kim Hindrew. The big story on Action News 5 is one that broke just an hour ago. A new development in the quest to test James Earl Ray's rifle. Action News 5's Keith Daniels is live at the Criminal Justice Center with the story. Keith?
Well, Kim, again, the ruling from the Court of Criminal Appeals was delivered about an hour ago. The facts ruling was just facts to, the ruling rather was facts to Judge Joe Brown's court at about 4:10. Here's a copy of it right here. Basically what the ruling tells is that the test on James Earl Ray's rifle can continue. It was scheduled for yesterday, but prosecutors last week filed what's called an extraordinary petition to the Court of Appeals to stop the testing. They felt that basically Judge Brown did not have the authority to rule on any evidence in the case, but apparently today the appeals court disagreed. I spoke with Judge Brown and prosecutor John Campbell earlier. Here's what they had to say.
What we now do is establish the date and protocols for the firing of the rifle and the testing of the ballistic samples and materials and evidence.
We never expected the gun not to be tested, but it was a question of just which court should issue the ruling and basically take custody and monitor the evidence.
Now, as Mr. Campbell indicated, they never again intended for the test not to proceed. He told me earlier that they just wanted to have a handle on the when, the where, and how the test would be carried out. When Judge Brown made his ruling last week, prosecutors had no details. They didn't have any input on the whens and where and how and so forth. Now, Judge Brown has not indicated when the testing will take place. He says that he will have to meet with both sides now to determine that. Live from the Criminal Justice Center now, Keith Daniels, Action News 5.
Thank you, Keith. Another big story developed by the minute. Military forces in Lima, Peru have stormed the Japanese ambassador's residence and freed all 72 hostages that have been held there by guerrilla rebels since December. This video is just in from NBC. Canisters of tear gas were thrown into the home while gunfire and explosions could be heard. Peruvian media is reporting that all hostages are free. They are not saying what has happened to those rebels. We will keep you posted on this story as it develops.
And now our third big story on Action News 5, first come, first serve. That's how open enrollment works in Memphis City schools, and that's why parents are lining up at the fairgrounds. Registration begins at 6:30 tomorrow morning. But these parents aren't taking any chances. Action News 5's education reporter Joyce Peterson is this evening's big story.
Cold?
Yes.
Wet?
Yes.
Miserable?
And Steve Romeo's only been in line for an hour. Dina Lucio got here at 1 o'clock yesterday. She's the first person in line.
My husband's going to swap out with me this afternoon.
And what kind of shifts are you doing?
He'll be here till midnight, and I'll come back at midnight and then finish it up in the morning.
The wait's easier if you bring along a lawn chair. A patio umbrella keeps some of the rain away, or do what Artie Baker did.
Folks here, glad that he brought the tent.
Making a lot of friends, are you?
I'm dry.
Steve Romeo's wife arrives to relieve him, but he's coming back with the cavalry.
It's my turn now. He's going to go home and get the motor home and fill it with all kinds of goodies and park that puppy right out there.
Many of the parents wonder why they can't just wait inside the Pipkin building. Take a look around. There is plenty of space in here. There's heat, indoor plumbing, but the district has hired guards to keep people out.
I think they think that they're trying to make us as uncomfortable as possible to discourage people from waiting.
I guess the only thing we could say is we begin open enrollment at 6:30 tomorrow morning. And if their choice, kind of like when you get in line for a concert ticket, you get in line because you want to be first.
Copeland says the guards are there to protect the computers that will be used to process applications. 7,900 spaces are available with stipulations.
Then we come to find out that race comes first, then siblings, and then choice. First come, first serve.
Hi. Unlike optional school enrollment, the district is not honoring parent-generated sign-up lists. So it's stake your claim and brave the elements time.
You know, you got to do for the kids what you've got to do.
How bad do you want to get your son into this school?
Real bad.
Bad enough to sit in the rain?
Bad enough to sit in the rain and the cold.
Race, by the way, is the first priority because Memphis schools are under a federal desegregation order. Now, early registration runs through May 12th, and notification to parents happens in early June. And just moments ago, Grace Copeland called me to tell me they will open up the Pipkin building to parents if the weather gets severe tonight. Joyce Peterson, Action News 5.
Thank you, Joyce. The Whitewater grand jury gets another 6 months of life. A federal judge in Little Rock today approved the extension. The judge acted today after prosecutors said they have gathered extensive evidence of possible obstruction of justice. The prosecutors also cited new information from James McDougal, a former business partner of President and Mrs. Clinton. McDougal began cooperating with prosecutors last year after his conviction.
The Mississippi gambling industry has hit the jackpot. The state's gaming commission is reporting record revenues for the month of March. Action News 5's Anna Marie Hartman reports on how Tunica County is cashing in.
Last month, Mississippi's gambling boats took in a record $176.8 million. It's the highest figure to date. The success is being attributed mostly to the widening of Highway 61 and added hotel rooms. Now gamblers are coming from near and far.
We've actually seen a distribution change as far as where our revenue is generated. It was principally North Mississippi and Tennessee, principally Shelby County. However, once we added 350 additional rooms, we're seeing more of Oklahoma, Missouri, Indiana, and more from Arkansas and Georgia.
Hard to believe that in 1992 there were 20 hotel rooms in the county. Now there are 4,000, and an additional 2,000 are under construction. March revenues translate into more than $14 million in taxes for the state general fund. An additional $7 million will go to local municipalities where gambling is legal. How are the surrounding areas benefiting from the surge? Here in the town of Tunica, population 1,200, you don't get a sense of the rapid growth taking place just a few miles down the road from here. But the mayor says the town is sharing more of the wealth than ever before. The legislature recently raised the town of Tunica's take from 3% to 8%.
And we felt like we needed more revenue, so they raised us to 8%. We still think we deserve a little bit more.
And Williams says too much too fast isn't always the best thing to happen to a small town.
It's the way it is. You know, if we want to go out and for a night and see what's going on, we can drive up there and then we can drive back. And I think everybody kind of likes it that way and still enjoy a little growth as we go, and instead of overnight boom, you know, and you wake up and you don't know what's happening.
Williams feels gambling is in Tunica County to stay, but he admits the locals are still a little skeptical. For now, there's no end in sight for the continued growth. In fact, some gaming analysts believe the industry could reach $2 billion in 1997. Anna Marie Hartman, Action News 5.
So far, the 10 casinos in Tunica County have created some 32,000 jobs.
Memphis Mayor W.W. Harrington also has benefited from gaming. Records show Harrington, seen here last week, earned about $28,000 recently when he sold his investment in Sun Gold Gaming Incorporated. The company has yet to open any casinos. The mayor says he has no conflict of interest, despite efforts by some to legalize gaming in Tennessee.
And now for an Action News 5 exclusive. Residents of a southeast Memphis neighborhood get a sinking feeling every time they look out what used to be rolling hills and a forest area. Action News 5's Janice Broach shows you why residents cannot believe what they now see.
Rosalie is an upscale and diverse neighborhood of people who really like where they live. They even eventually accepted plans to build apartments in their backyard.
But no one, I don't believe, had any idea that they would you know, cut the grade down like that. I can't believe anybody would have approved it.
These 200 acres are cut so deeply, part of the Rosalie neighborhood sits on a 15-foot cliff. All around you can see dirt and carcasses of formerly huge trees and standing water.
The folks here in Rosalie are also concerned about their property values. Look at this view from one resident's second-floor bedroom.
They're so upset the 150-member Rosalie Neighborhood Association hired an attorney.
It is our opinion this is an illegal operation. It is in violation of city and county codes and ordinances, and is also appears to be in violation of the State Open Mining Surfaces Act.
A check with the Memphis Shelby County Code Enforcement Office shows Farrell Paving did not get the proper permits. The office also says Farrell should stop work here. Much of the dirt being removed from this land is being used on the Noncana Parkway project. The neighbors also believe Farrell is mining on the land, something the state would look into. Castle says the residents just want some kind of assurance that Farrell plans to restore the land to its original state. And right now, that appears to be something difficult to do. Janice Broach, Action News 5.
And our reporter Janice Broach contacted Keith Farrell by phone. He refused to comment, and we'll keep you posted on any further developments. Now, this breaking story just into Action News 5. An anonymous jury has just been seated in the Oklahoma City bombing trial. The identities of the panelists remain secret. The jury will be sworn in on Thursday morning before opening statements. Attorneys in the case questioned 99 potential jurors over more than 3 weeks of jury selection.
Analysts say the Goodyear strike in Union City and 6 other states could hurt the company if it lasts longer than 3 weeks. The protesters demand better pay and job security. These Sky 5 pictures are from yesterday. The United Steelworkers of America and Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company have resumed talks in Cincinnati, but there's no word of progress so far. A Memphis City Council committee today delayed voting on financing for the new baseball stadium. The stadium is planned for downtown and will be the home of the city's new AAA baseball team starting in 1998. But today, council members said they need more information from the Center City Commission before voting. Team owner Dean Jernigan said he's disappointed, but he will work to make sure council gets the answers it wants.
Many of us are fighting the battle of the bulge these days, and some are relying on a little help from Redux. But does this diet drug, a wonder drug, cause brain damage? The experts disagree. Get the story in our second half hour.
And there's a new development tonight on those Russian jewels held hostage in D.C. And a Mid-South family knows the secret to staying together. And next, the man whose name is in the Brady Bill visits the Mid-South. Plus this.
Rain is coming to an end, or is it? I'll tell you in the Pinpoint 5 forecast. Action News 5 at 5 continues after a break.
You're watching Action News 5. More people watch this newscast than all the other local newscasts at 5 p.m. combined. Thanks, Mid-Southerners, for keeping us first in news.
Or near the top.
It's coming to Action News 5 at 10 in 2 days. You'll never try to beat a train again.
Closed captioning of Action News 5 is sponsored by your Memphis Area Home Builders Association and your registered builders, setting the standard for what a home should be.
People all over the Mid-South wake up to the morning news. Action News 5 a.m. Exclusive live Sky 5 traffic with the Mid-South's only bird's-eye view of tie-ups affecting your trip to work. Kim Clark with the first news of the day. Bob McLean with the first look at Pinpoint 5 weather. And Earl Farrell live around the Mid-South with what's going on, followed by Katie and Matt and the Today Show. Spend 5 to 9 with us before you start your 9 to 5. Coverage you can count on every morning, starting at 5 only from Action News 5.
Well, if I had money to tell you what to do, I'd go downtown, buy a Ford truck or two. I'm crazy about a Ford truck.
Ford Explorer, the best-selling compact sport utility in America, with all the comfort and convenience you need. Plus, it's built Ford tough. Now lease it for only $299 a month, and check out Ford Ranger, America's best-selling compact pickup with $1,000 cash back. That's $1,000 cash back on the versatile Ford Ranger, only from your local Ford dealer.
Beautiful, aren't they? Just in time for my daughter's first visit. They look like windows, but they're really a doorway to turn this house into a home. What's beautiful is the low E-glass that keeps heat in winter and out in summer.
That's some power-packed book.
The Bell South Yellow Pages is the shopping encyclopedia.
So, did we get the job because of our knowledge or our charm?
Both. And you gave the lowest estimate. Here are the girls.
Use the real Yellow Pages from Bell South.
In the next few weeks, an orbital shift will align the planet Mercury with Earth, creating a phenomenon at your Mercury dealer. Savings only imagined yesterday will become reality. Like $37.50 total savings in the full-size Grand Marquis. Talk about the wonders of space. Room for 6. A vacation-sized trunk. The deals are out of this world, but they'll soon be totally eclipsed. So beam yourself to your Mercury dealer today.
You're looking at a live high-five shot of sky conditions over a soggy Mid-South. Your Pinpoint 5 forecast is headed your way in just a few minutes. And you have the opportunity to hear from a courageous former White House press secretary at the University of Memphis tonight.
James Brady bounced back from a near-fatal gunshot wound during the assassination attempt on President Reagan to fight for handgun control and for those who've suffered a brain injury. Brady spoke to the Downtown Rotary Club at the Peabody today. He serves as National Vice Chairman of the Brain Injury Association. Brady stresses injury prevention and told Action News 5 today how he reminds his own son to wear a bicycle helmet.
I says, you've seen what a pain it is for everyone to have to put up with your old man who has less cards in his deck now than he used to have. And I don't want you to be that way, and you don't want to be that way either. So he says, you're right. Helmet on.
You can hear Brady tonight at Fogelman Center at the University of Memphis. The benefit for the Brain Injury Association of the Mid-South starts at 7:30. Tickets are available at the door.
Russia's Minister of Culture is flying from Moscow to Washington to try to end the dispute over a $100 million exhibit that's supposed to show at the Brooks Museum. You probably heard how this van has been blocked by Russian diplomats for almost a week now. But the priceless jewels are being held in the Corcoran Gallery vault, and it won't give them back until the dispute is settled.
Our position is that we don't know who to release them to.
And our advice is the lawyers ought to lock themselves in a room and come up with a solution.
The Russians claim the Americans have not lived up to their part of the bargain, not enough security precautions, things like that. The Americans contend the Russians just want more money. Now the Russian Minister of Culture will enter negotiations, saying he wants the return of the exhibit to Moscow.
Think it's tough to stay married these days?
When he asked me to marry him on our first date.
We've got some advice for you from 7 brothers and sisters. They've all been married 50 years. Don't miss this page from Rod Starnes' Journal coming up after weather. But first, Dave Brown's exclusive Pinpoint 5 forecast is headed your way in 2 minutes. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Nissan store. Let's talk basics. Here are the basic needs in life. Tough truck? Oh yeah, so what you need is a Nissan VTP truck. Inside air, AM/FM cassettes, outside alloy wheels, tough bod. It's almost $800 less than a comparably equipped Toyota. And because everyone needs money, how does $2,000 cash back sound? $2,000. I think it's a basic need that you get to your Nissan store.
Stanley Steamer Carpet Cleaner. We're the people you trust. With trained professionals, caring and friendly, on time to meet your schedule, providing a deep quality clean for your carpet. We're the carpet cleaning company generations of women have trusted since 1947. Stanley Steamer, for 50 years, making you feel right at home.
Brenda Andre lives in one of the coldest places in Canada. Hey, Brenda, how do you like your sandwich?
Hot.
Perkins introduces the new Dill Melts, a new bread made with natural dill seed. Try the chicken tender melt, the deli melt, or the Butterball Turkey Club melt. Perkins' new Dill Melt sandwiches, hot and delicious.
Perkins, we make it special for you.
It has the most powerful gas and diesel engines of any full-size pickup. It has the most available payload and towing. It has the roomiest cab of all, and better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. It's the truck that wrote a whole new rule book, now available in a leather-bound edition. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
Well, I'm sure it's no bulletin when I tell you it's been raining over most of the Mid-South today. Take a look at the regional radar, and you will see as the rain just moved into and then right across the TV5 viewing area. Now, you notice the back edge of it is about to move out, but look up in Missouri. Toward Kansas City and to central Missouri, we may not be done with that quite yet. In Memphis right now, at Memphis International, skies are cloudy. The temperature is 57. Dew point is 53. Relative humidity is 86%. Winds are from the north at 10 miles per hour. The barometer is 29.64, and that barometer is now rising. Well, clouds have also been moving across the area today. Essentially, it's just been a clouds replacing clouds situation. I think that's going to continue for most of the night tonight. I don't expect too many breaks in the clouds, maybe a few, but not a lot. And then this system up here is going to kind of swing down this way. I don't think everybody will see rain out of that, and I think the rain will be considerably lighter than it was earlier today, but still, we're not totally out of it until this system gets on by, and that won't happen until sometime tomorrow morning. The main system right here is going to be leaving, and that's what's taking most of the rain with it. Meanwhile, out west, not a lot going on. There is some rain along the Pacific Northwest coast down to about central California. We'll watch that system. Things will redevelop in the western states over the next couple of days. Toward the weekend, we'll be dealing with another one, but it does look like we're going to have at least a couple of days in between with some mighty fine weather over Memphis and the Mid-South. Here's a look at the region right here. You can see clouds covering all of us, rain over portions of northwest Tennessee and northeast Mississippi. By the way, the tornado watch, which was in effect for part of the afternoon, expired some time ago. Actually, they canceled it a little bit earlier. It was due to expire at 5, and they canceled it early today. But you can see that most of the rain over the area has come to an end for the time being. Here's pinpoint Doppler radar. It shows just a shower here and there. This is really a pretty true picture of what's going on. The other radars sometimes tend to overdo things, but they're just little sprinkles here and there left. Tomorrow, the low pressure center will go on, and as it leaves, it will take the rain with it. Again, the little upper air disturbance will join with this. It'll go by. We will have considerable cloudiness left during the day tomorrow, but even that may tend to improve as the day goes on. Overnight lows cooler than last night. We're looking for lows in the mid-40s to the north, low 50s to the south. Here in Memphis, that translates to 48. Winds north at 6 miles per hour. Cloudy skies, just a few scattered showers overnight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Might be a shower early, but it should come to an end. High temperature is 60. Winds out of the northwest at 16 miles per hour.
The sun was not Joseph.